Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Monday. Welcome along to your English session today. Now, this is probably going to be the most important English session of the term. I know all the English sessions are really important, but this one is super duper important because what we're going to do is explain to you the features of a play script. What I want you to do now is to have a look at the screen in front of you, and I want you to see what each and every one of these success criterion are saying. Do you understand what they mean? Do you understand what the words mean? If you don't, I strongly suggest you drop into one of our clinics if mum or dad or older brother or sister can't help you understand what the words are now. Okay? Have a good look through. Do you understand everything? Brilliant. If you do, then we can continue. We can carry on. So through play scripts, which of course is the genre that we're going to be studying this term, you'll be able to identify all of these criterion in each and every one of the plays that we have a look at. Now on the next slide, which is slide number 8, what you've got are a couple of examples of different sorts of plays. Now you've got 3 examples here. They're very simple plays. They're not very complex at all. So what I want you to do first of all is to have a look at these plays to try and see if you can have a look for examples of the success criteria. So, for example, I have set the scene. Can you see anywhere here where one of the authors has set the scene? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Sometimes with setting the scene, you have a narrator to explain what's going on. Can you see where names of characters are written down the left-hand side? Names of characters written down the left hand side, and also that bit of punctuation called a colon that comes just after where the character's name has been written as well. Now it's important to note that when we have a play script, the vast majority of play scripts have all of these success criteria. Some do, some maybe don't have every single thing, but the vast majority do. And it's important that when you create your play scripts, you know what a successful one looks like. Once again, these are examples of play scripts there. So take a look at this one here, for example. Have a look. Can you see where the scene is set? Can you see the names of the characters down the left-hand side? Any stage directions? Sometimes they're in brackets inside what the characters are saying. Sometimes they're in bold, as they are in our play. Character dialogue, remember, because it's a play, doesn't need speech marks. A new line for each speaker, using full stops in capital letters correctly as you would do normally before, commas in lists to separate phases. Adverbs are really useful. Remember, adverbs are words that describe verbs, and typically they can be found at the start, in brackets, of what each character is saying. Of course, the scene needs to be exciting, and you as the reader want to read on. This is your task for the day. Read over all of the examples of the play scripts in the previous screens. Have a look at the 2 examples from the Little Shop of Horrors in the next slide. Use the success criteria to find examples in Act 1, Scene 2 and Act 1, Scene 3. And you can either, to record this today, you can either print this one out, you can either add text boxes, you can do this on markup, and add different things on to show us where, for example, the characters are. We really don't mind. Take a picture on your device. Just basically be a little bit creative. So you have 2 scenes here from the Little Shop of Horrors. And your task today is to use this success criteria to identify different parts of Act 1, Scene 2 and Act 1, Scene 3. Just as you would normally do in class, you know, with a highlighter pen, where you would highlight, for example, this guy here, and maybe draw a line up here to say what that is showing you. Okay, of course, we're not in class, we can't do that. So what we do instead is we get you to take a screen capture or print them out. I really don't mind. Okay, the very best ones will be clear, so you'll be using straight lines, using one of the graphics on your laptops or on your iPads, or if you print them out, you can use a ruler. Having some form of key to show your teacher what you found out. So not random scribbles and things, but maybe if you want to show me character dialogue, you might find where the character dialogue is on there. And you might want to draw a line using either a ruler or one of your online programs to show me this in a nice straight line in a well presented way. And oops, wrong one. And finally, have text going in one direction, not all over the place. You've started to do that really well, and I noticed that with your IPC pictures last week. The text was all going horizontally, which was super. Makes it easier for me, the person who's reading it, to see. Okay, so to recap, once again, I want you to read through the success criteria. Be sure you understand what is meant by a successful play script. These are 2 example scenes from the play. I want you to take them and I want you to identify where we can see examples and know that these 2 bits of writing are play scripts. What evidence do we have by using the success criteria? Best of luck, boys and girls. You're great at this. You'll do fantastically well. See you soon.